Hey guys, so today I'm gonna be looking at how a gut feeling saved someone's life. So yeah, let's just get right into the video. I almost got kidnapped once. I was like 23 or so. I was walking down my street a little after dusk. I saw a van approaching a little ahead, no lights on. Didn't think much of it due to the time of day. The van slowed down and almost started creeping. As I was approaching this part of the sidewalk, which had a tall solid wall fence to a community. This gave me some pause in that quick moment. For me to keep walking, I'd have to go between the wall and the van. In the little time it took me to take a couple of steps, and as the van was getting close, I noticed that the side door was slowly sliding open. The one thought in my mind was, why isn't the light turning on inside the van? When you open the door of a vehicle, the light should come on inside it, unless you deliberately switch that off. And I just ran to the median. I ran in front of the van and I crossed the street. Because if they're gonna have some use of roadkill me, have at it. But they're not getting me in one glorious piece. Immediately, the van took off like someone lit it on fire, from a slow crawl to full speed. As I looked after it to see the plates, I noticed it had no plates, and still no lights on. I called the police, of course. They sent cars out and didn't find the van. I never had anything like this happen again, and I'm just an ordinary person, so I don't suspect it was targeted. I was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. That is so creepy. But yeah, no matter what kind of van it is, when I just see a van, I get suspicious of it straight away. Like, I don't care if you're delivering something. You know, it's better to be safe than sorry. It's just better to be aware of your surroundings than ignore it kind of thing, you know? So yeah. I get really bad vibes from the car park in work. It's a giant, poorly lit multi-story, and I've seen enough horror films to know I shouldn't be taking it lightly. Whenever I get in, I pay attention to the floors people call the lift to keep an eye on where they're going. One time, a guy got in front of me and pressed 6, while I was parked on 8. He didn't get out at 6 and was still in the lift as I got to my floor. I leave, he doesn't. So I guess he's remembered he's on another floor. But just before I get to the dark area with all the cars, I turned back. This guy had waited about 30 seconds, therefore held the lift to wait, and silently emerged to follow me. I just stopped and stared him down. He had a deer in the headlights look and turned straight back to the lift. I have no idea if it saved my life, but it freaked me out. Oh, she just had a feeling to look back? I would have done the same, I think. Did he get scared because she stared him down? That scared him? Maybe he was really insecure and he was like, she's judging me now, I better leave. A pain in the lungs when I inhaled. I've never been stabbed, don't know what it's like, but the pain should have been equal to it, if not worse. It had happened before, years ago. Some hot water in the shower and the pain was gone. My wife, then girlfriend, insisted on going to the ER. I insisted on hot water. I feel like we should go and see a doctor, she had said. I was diagnosed with pulmonary embolism on both lungs. I don't know if I said that correct. Doctor said 1 or 2 more hours and you were gone. So yeah, I owe my wife one. That's scary. But that's so funny though, because why do doctors always say that? Well, it's not funny, but like, you know what I mean? Like, why do they always have to be like, well, 1 minute more and you be dead, you know? Like that kind of thing. Why they gotta say it like that? I was like 8 or 9 when my parents took me and my younger brother to stay the night at my paternal grandparents' house because they were in the middle of divorcing. They lived in a farmhouse that was connected to a barn with machinery, gasoline tanks, and hay on the ground floor and furnished rooms on the floor above that. And the room we were supposed to stay in was in that barn. As soon as we went into the guest room, I was overwhelmed by panic and felt really dizzy. I turned around and just said that we will not sleep in that room, and we spent the night on the couch in the living room instead. Later that night, a gas leak in the barn ignited, and almost the entire barn, including the guest rooms on its top floor, exploded. Maybe I had that weird feeling because the gas had leaked into the room already, but no one else felt anything, and I'm sure I would be dead if I hadn't noticed it. Oh my gosh, but I just love how everyone listened to him, you know? And they didn't disregard him because he was a kid kind of thing. Because I feel like some people would just be like, oh, it's okay, you'll be fine. But no, they followed his advice, you know? They were like, okay, we will not sleep in this room, we will sleep in the couch. On the couch. I was at a pub party being held for my boyfriend's father, but I had a headache that wasn't going away. I had been drinking, but I wasn't drunk. I was just feeling like crap. So I made my excuses and left to walk home alone as I didn't want to ruin his night with his dad. It was a 10-minute walk, if that, from the pub to our house, and it wasn't properly dark yet. I walked down the street and passed a man sitting on a wall drinking a beer. A minute after I passed, I heard the bottle smash and then footsteps a little while back. Nothing unusual. It was a main road and there was another pub further along, but something in my gut was screaming something was wrong. So I hurriedly walked to the pub and stopped outside to ask the smokers for a light and a chat as I smoked. I watched him pass by me and then stare at me from across the street for an uncomfortable amount of time. With my gut screaming at me, I asked a bouncer working the doors if he could order me a taxi. A few weeks later, while in the town centre, I saw a mugshot of the same dude wanted for assault. Oh. Whoa. That's smart. They went to like a crowded place first. Good. I feel like if you're being followed or something, you should just try to find a crowd or like some people, you know. Don't know if gut feeling or lucky coincidence. Decided I should empty the bin on my way to uni, which added maybe 10 seconds to my journey as the skip was 10 foot from my front door. Began my walk to uni and roughly 10 seconds of walking in front of me, some idiot from the 3rd floor flat threw a load of glass out his window, smashing all over the path. Why would he do that? Why? I think I was 10 or 11 and I was reorganizing my room, moving books and stuff around. I had been working on it all day and during the process, I moved a bookshelf on top of a dresser to give me more space and loaded it up with 2 encyclopedia sets and a bunch of other books. I ended up moving my bed parallel to the dresser and passed out from working on my room all day. I woke up a little while after 4 and was contemplating getting a glass of water and moving my bed because it didn't look safe under the bookshelf. I finally got out of my bed and walked towards the door. Maybe 2 to 3 steps and boom, an earthquake hit. The bookshelf instantly fell on my bed. I don't know if it would have killed me, but it really would have smashed me up. Whoa, seriously? That was obviously a bad idea, honestly. Really? Like your bed is just across your bookshelf that's on top of your dresser, meaning it doesn't really have good balance anyways. Yo, that's a bad idea. Well, they were 10 or 11. But geez, this wasn't really a gut feeling, was it? Because it was just a coincidence that they got out in time kind of thing, you know? But they did have a feeling to move the bed, but they didn't do it yet. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I had just left my apartment complex and was heading to a friend's. I pulled out of my driveway and up to the traffic light and stopped. I was in the left turn lane. Light was red. It was late out and there wasn't many people on the road. I watched as the light went yellow and then red for through traffic. One guy ran the tail end of the yellow like usual. My turn, light goes green. I have an arrow blinking for me to turn left. I looked both ways and there was no one around. And I just didn't go. I cannot explain what happened other than something inside me just said don't go. So I sat there staring at the green light. A couple seconds later, a car came screaming through the red light, through the intersection, probably doing 100 kilometers per hour in the lane I would have been turning to. They were going so fast, their vehicle had a bounce to it. If I had turned, my car would have been destroyed and me along with it. I sat there through the whole next light cycle and then turned, pulled over and called my sister. It was a ghostly feeling. I am a light jumper. I look both ways, but I am impatient, and I cannot explain what stopped me from going the second that light went green, but I'm glad it did. This is what makes me scared. Like, I'm sure I've said this multiple times already, but like, you doing everything right on the road doesn't mean nothing's gonna happen, you know? That's what's scary, because other people can be doing stupid things and that's going to affect you. They followed all the right rules and they even waited and looked before turning and they didn't see any car, you know, and they could have went because for them it was safe. But then like a few seconds later it wasn't, kind of thing. That's what makes me scared. Escaped the abduction of me and my friends thanks to my gut feeling. I was at the mall with my friends, all of us around 12 years old. It was 8 p.m. and my mum was on her way to pick me up. We were all chilling together until each of our parents got here to get us. As we're standing outside of a store near one of those side entrances, a man comes up to us. He's about 30-ish, wearing huge glasses and carrying a clipboard. The man says, "Hey guys, do you want to watch some movie trailers and answer surveys about them? I'll pay you each $5 per trailer." Naturally, my friends are all for it. The thing is, my heart dropped as soon as I heard it. As they're all saying yes, the man nods and then points to the side entrance. It's pitch black outside, and that entrance leads to the back parking lot of the mall, which is always deserted. Then he says we can do it over there. My friends start to follow the man as he walks towards the glass doors, and I'm trailing behind them. Then, as we get close enough for me to kind of see what's outside, I notice a van parked right outside the entrance. The headlights are on. The car is running. The back doors seem to be open. Every part of my being screams, "No, don't go." I stop in my tracks and loudly say, "Guys, my mom is here to pick us all up. I don't think we have time for it." The man freezes and keeps his eyes trained on the doors, and I can see his jaw clenching tightly. My friends look at me with confusion, and I try to give them the most terrified expression of warning that I can. Thankfully, they get the message and say bye to the guy. The man refused to turn to look at us and simply began to walk outside of the mall. As we're walking away, I turn and look behind me one last time. The van and the man were gone. Oh my God. They really followed a stranger. I'm just mad about that. No, kids, this is the same as someone giving you lollies, okay? He just worded it so well kind of thing, you know, because he worded it in a way that's not that suspicious. I mean, it's still kind of suspicious, but it's not as suspicious as, "I'll buy you guys ice cream" kind of thing, you know? Just don't follow strangers, alright? Well, that's it for the video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me in the comments down below what your thoughts are. And as always, thanks for watching. Hope you guys liked it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!